What is up? Welcome back. Front Office Fusions playoffs are finally live. We're going to talk about that. We're going to look at the cards, and I tell you, this is a new way for them to do fusions. But from all appearances, at least from my calculations, this got to be the dumbest thing that I have ever seen in my life. I'd actually prefer the old method. And hopefully they go back to the old method, unless, of course, I'm missing something, or unless, of course, along the way, we are going to get some other opportunities to get these fusions. But if you have not seen these, let's take a look at them first, and then we will talk about why it is so stupid. But anyways, Sapphires. We got a Luka right there. We got a Hachimura right there. We got a Kyle Anderson there. And then we have the Ben Simmons. So we got 4 different Sapphires. All, of course, are NBA because, well, it's the NBA playoffs. And then we got Ruby as well. Now, in the Ruby, we got AD, Anthony Davis. We got Jason Tatum, which looks good. Julius Randle. These card designs look sick. Somebody told me, actually, made a comment that the background was brackets and not bricks. I don't know. They still look like bricks to me. But if they are brackets, then my bad for saying that last time. Either way, Amis now. We got Jokic. We got Dame. We got D-Book. And we got Trae Young. And then finally, out of all the rest of them, we got Onyx left with a Donovan Mitchell. We got a Giannis. And we got Kawhi Leonard, and we also got the Kyrie Irving. So those are all the fusions, and all the fusions look good. I mean, I like the design. Think it's fantastic. We got 14 days to get as many of these done as possible. Well, therein lies the problem. How can you get these done? What do you need to do in order to get these done? Now, unless for some reason these are pullable on the draft board, which I don't know if they are. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. I don't know if they're pullable or not. But you have to require, just like the regular fusions, you know, the regular front office fusions, the ones down here, in order to move on to the next step, you got to have previous fusions to put in there. So, for example, since it does start off at Sapphire, in order to complete the Sapphire, you have to have 6 of these trophies. Now, in order to complete a Ruby, though, on the other hand, you have to have the Ben Simmons, which they did give us one of them. They gave us one of them in the free pack. They also give us one of them in the gauntlet. You have to throw on a Ben Simmons and then a random Sapphire. Okay, so this is 2 total Sapphires. Now, obviously, once you get the Ben Simmons, which is a all-star card, apparently, it is not a fusion. So let me take that back. We only have one of them to start with. I was thinking, I remember seeing the Ben Simmons, but I guess it didn't click to me that it's an all-star and not a fusion Ben Simmons. So either way, you have to do one more Sapphire, right? That's 5 extra hours. So you got to do one more Sapphire right here, and then once you complete that Sapphire, you can put that Sapphire in here along with the other trophies, the 4 trophies. And then 6 hours later, that will give you a Ruby. Now, once you get that Ruby, can you move on to Amethyst? No, you cannot, because you have to have 2 Rubies. Well, in order to get 2 Rubies, you then have to start over again. So that means collecting enough trophies to put in enough to do a Sapphire fusion. Now, that'll only give you 1 Sapphire fusion. So then you got to do another Sapphire fusion, which is 2 5 hours, which is 10 total hours. And those 2 Sapphires, assuming that one of those Sapphires is now a Ben Simmons, because you got only 1 out of a 4 shot of getting a Ben Simmons. So you could do both of the Sapphires and not even get a Ben Simmons. And then what? Then you got to do another one, and that might not even be a Ben Simmons. And so you can do 4, 3, 5 and never get a Ben Simmons, bro. And then you can't move on to Ruby. But let's assume, though. Let's just assume that you did 2 of them, which is 10 hours, right? Then you could put in 1 to get a Ruby. Well, that is 10 hours, then 6 hours, which is 16 total hours. Well, that 16 total hours only gets you one single ruby. Then you can start an amethyst. Well, then you put in the amethyst. You get one single amethyst 7 hours later. Well, can you start an onyx? No! Because you need 2 of them! And then you got to start back over again. All the way at the very beginning. Either way, though, guys, I did the calculations for us. Okay? So in order to get an amethyst, with all of that bullshit that I just said, getting multiple sapphires, assuming that you get the Ben Simmons, getting multiple sapphires, and then a ruby, and then having to start over, then getting another ruby, and then getting one Ami with those 2 rubies, and then starting over, going through that whole process again to getting 2 more rubies, putting it in to get an Ami. So you can get your first Ami in 34 hours. 34 hours. 34 hours to get your very first Ami card. Now that's assuming that you don't waste any time. Don't waste any time. And you can get your very first Ami in 34 hours. Well, that'll only give you 1 Ami because you need 2 Amis for the Onyx. So then start all over again. Now, since you got that Ben Simmons for free the first time, you got to add 5 more hours because you got to get another sapphire. And so then the second one is going to take 39 hours to get your second amethyst card. Add both of those up. That is going to give you, for your very first chance, your very first Onyx at 3 days and 9 hours, which is a total of 81 total hours. So 81 total hours later, you're going to be able to get your very first Onyx card. Now that 81 hours included the 8 hours that it took for you to do this one. So 81 hours later, assuming that you waste absolutely no time, assuming that you get the Ben Simmons when you need it, assuming that you set your alarm clock in the middle of the night and start a fusion exactly when you ended a fusion, assuming that you have all the trophies required in order to complete the next fusion. 81 hours, you can have your very first Onyx card. Well, obviously you want a pro. Right? So then you got to start the process all over again. Second Onyx, since of course, like I said before, you didn't have the Ben Simmons. Second Onyx is going to take you 86 total hours. 86 hours for your second Onyx. Which gives you a grand total of just under, which is 6 days and 23 hours. Just under 1 week, 7 days for a chance for you to get your pro. 7 total days of non-stop fusions, putting them in exactly when you need them. And again, assuming you have the Ben Simmons, putting it in, going to the next one. 7 total days for 2 Onyx. Now, this ends in 14 days. And by the time you see this video, you would have probably wasted time and not enough to start 1 sapphire. But 7 total days again, that will get you 2 more. So even if you maxed out possibilities, you're only going to get 4 total Onyx in the entire 2 weeks. Now again, that's assuming that you start 1 fusion right after the next. You don't need to wait any time to get some trophies. You're not spending any credits. You're not speeding up fusions. You're not doing any of that stuff. This is literally the dumbest shit I have ever seen in this game so far. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading what you actually have to do. Maybe we're gonna get some fusions along the way. Maybe some other stuff is going to happen, but how we had it before, the chance of you getting top tier cards is way better than having to do all of these ridiculous amounts of fusions. And what's even dumber out of all of these, to do a ruby, you have to have a Ben Simmons. Why do you have to have a Ben Simmons? You know how frustrating it's going to be for those people that do a sapphire, and then a sapphire, and then a sapphire, and then a sapphire, and then Ben Simmons never comes up? Like, there's going to be probably some people that do 4 or 5 of these sapphires, spend an entire day doing sapphire fusions, and never get a Ben Simmons, and then therefore can never do a ruby tier fusion. Woo! Man, they screwed the pooch on this one. I 100% absolutely think this is so stupid. I can't even believe it. I mean, the cards look cool. I like the cards. I think the cards are awesome. Fantastic. That's great. But to have to do one fusion after another fusion after another fusion after another fusion and require one of the fusions to move on to the next fusion and then require all the trophies to begin with, assuming that you have those. Bro, I'm just going to sit here and do these bronzes. I'm just going to do these. I mean, if you want a chance at Onyx, although it's probably just 1%, these odds are probably just like 1%, like a regular pack, maybe like 5% for the AMI. You'll probably never get an Onyx in this, but hell, that's 8 trophies. That's a heck of a lot less stressful than trying to think that you're going to get an Onyx Pro from this. Good luck. Good luck. And just to show you what the trophies look like, there you go. I just spent 55 picks from the draft board that I had saved up for this event, and when TBG started, I got one single trophy. One single trophy in 55 picks that I had saved. Ended up getting 4 resets, or 5 resets in between there, and one single trophy. So I'm already losing time. I'm already behind, and I cannot get my 4 Onyx cards because it's going to take 6 days and 23 hours. I'm already behind. I'm already behind. I can't handle the pressure. I can't handle the pressure. I can't get 4 of these done. You're going to have to get, you know, what, 5 more really quick and start this fusion. Don't waste any time. If you plan on doing these, y'all better get on the ball right now and start draft the board like crazy. Get as many possible trophies as you can and start doing these fusions. Otherwise, you're not going to get many done. Now, there is a pack in the store, Game 7 Grind, which does have some of the fusions in there. I guess the problem is that the chances of you getting one are pretty slim. You can get 10 packs and probability of you getting them is less than 1 out of 10. It's only 8%. Both of these say, the Onyx and the AMI, say less than 1%. And if you add up the 60, 32, 6, and 2, that adds up to 100%. So these are decimal places percentages. We're talking probably 1 in 1,000 that you're gonna get maybe an Onyx. 1 in 1,000 for an AMI, maybe 1 in 10,000 for an Onyx. These percentages are way less. Obviously, this 100% is probably rounded up. And so, but it is opportunity. It's only 300 credits. You got approximately 8% chance of getting one, which, like I said, is less than 1 out of 10. So you could open all 10 of these and still might not even get one. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Good luck on the fusions. Yeah, good luck. And I know I would be surprised in these 14 days, being how I am and always missing them, probably missing the timers. Not playing near as much as I probably could, especially if it takes 1 out of 50, getting 1 trophy for every 50 picks. That's, you know, in gauntlet terms, that's 1 trophy every 4 games or so, 5 games or so. Yeah, I could probably see myself getting maybe 1 Onyx card in 2 weeks' time at this rate. But we'll just have to see. Either way, guys, good luck in the gauntlet. Good luck in the fusions. And I don't know. I guess maybe we'll have to see if there's other ways to get these. Maybe they're pullable on the draft board. I doubt it, but that would be cool. Either way, I will see y'all soon. Yeah, y'all take it easy. Have a good weekend, good event, and all that stuff. I am out. Peace.